Hey guys! Back to school is around the corner and everyone is ramping up all of their designs for back to school. And so I wanted to go over how I make custom bag tags or backpack tags for this time of year. These are super popular and they're pretty easy to make. Uh, and I sell these. You can market these for teachers, students. I sell them as backpack tags or lunch back tags. Sometimes people will get two, so they have one for their backpack and one for their lunchbox. And so I'm going to show you guys how I make these.
So I use Inkscape as my design, and what I'm going to do is just type out the text of the name I want, and then I'm just going to change it to a font that I like. Whenever I type out the text, you're going to do object to path, and then you're going to go object ungroup, and then you're going to union. And then I make it a little larger with my sizing locked, and then I can do my outset path to make it a little thicker. If you don't make it larger before you do this, it's going to make it way bigger. So it works to make it a little larger before you do that. Then I'm going to copy and paste that, and then I'm going to do the offset path or outset path several times here. And there's a keyboard shortcut that I do usually use for that as well. I'm on a Mac, so yours may be different if you're not on a Mac. But then I just keep doing that until I get an outer background, and then I remove any extra nodes. And I usually do play with the spacing on the nodes a little bit just to get kind of like the shape I want and make sure none of the areas are too thin or stick out too much and it looks funny. But that gives me a good starting point, and then I will bring the name down over it just so that I can get a good idea of what it's going to look like once I cut it out. Finally, I need to make sure on my backer that there's going to be space to put a hole for the tag to hang from. And so I just kind of, on the left side usually, I'll just adjust the nodes as needed just to make sure that there's enough space. And then once I've done that and I've gotten it kind of to a point where I'm happy with it, I will make a small circle. Once the circle is the size that I need it to be, then I will bring it to place it over the backer, get it aligned how I need to, and then I'll do the function of using the difference, and that will make the hole in my backer, and then it'll cut that all together. So then for my materials, I use two different colors of acrylic. I'll use a white for the names, and I'll make sure to have 3M applied to the back or some other brand of adhesive. It just makes it really easy to put together in the end. And then I'll use a colored background like this peach. And for this one, I'm going to have just masked. It's not going to have any adhesive on it because both sides will be showing. So I will cut those out on my xTool P2S, and then we'll be able to assemble everything. Awesome, I've got my backer cut out, and now I'm going to cut the name. Remember that this will need the adhesive backing on it. And I'm just going to cut that out real quick, and then we'll be able to assemble. I've got my name cut out here, and I'm just going to peel off the masking on the front. A lot of people remove the masking before you cut your name, which you can definitely do. I do find that on white, sometimes that gives me just a little bit more burning that's more visible if I do that on, if I remove it before I cut. So I do like to leave it on white, but that's definitely up to you. And now I'll remove the masking from my colored backer. I do usually remove the masking, at least on the top on this, before I cut, but I honestly just forgot. So again, totally up to you. You can kind of play with your machine, see what turns out best for you. But I tend to leave it on at least for white. And then once these are peeled off, all I will need to do is just take the 3M off of the back of the name. And this comes off a lot easier than the masking usually. And then I will position this. One word of warning if you do use this adhesive is that it is very, very permanent. So kind of make sure that you have it exactly where you want it before you put any amount of pressure, because once you really fully apply it, it is not going to be able to move. So I kind of do a test before I put any pressure on there. And then for my hook or my string, I use these little plastic pieces. I just get them from Amazon, and they just go right through the hole that you left there, and I just kind of loop them through. And I like these because they have a little bit of wiggle room, and so they aren't gonna just snap off. They allow the tag to move around a little bit, and so I like that they're kind of flexible like that. And then that's it. I love these because I can do different backgrounds like these glitter ones and different fonts, so you can make them really, really easy to personalize, and they're a really big hit this time of year. You can also make your backers different shapes and use these as things like stocking tags or Easter basket tags, which are also really popular. I'll be sure to link these clear straps in the description so you can use them.
Alright guys, that is how I make my custom bag tags. Really love all of the different options and fonts and colors you can offer for these. And so they're a great option to offer for back to school. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.